Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a...
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a Kabuki Mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this...
Yes, my thoughts...
Stop shouting!
This part's important. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
That's right!
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your... Something then seems to...
The Kaidahara...
Sawada, you left out the biggest...
Oh, yes, of course! How could I forget? Brace your mind.
Get to the point.
According to information acquired by...
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy.
I agree. It does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected, and...
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well. Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay!
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in... Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Shine down!
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit. Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Earth, so I asked the Balladeer to search.
Exactly!
I understand how things will go. Our minds have as Sumeru's deal. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you, it's my pleasure. I was gonna contact. In fact, even though he'll, of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from. Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. Unlike anywhere else, I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides. But it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine, let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We, per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the... If there are no... Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy, it's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access code.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow! So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh.
Irminsul is closely intertwined. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes.
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so... say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the... Well done. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Everyone has a history, Paimon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident.
If you mean the...
Really?
Oh? How...
So the Gese got it
Well, they get...
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. Huh?
This light.
Anonymous data.
Hey, do you—
Shh!
Mr. Niwa, are you sir?
There's no one else who can—
Is that so?
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality. Under your, as I understand, the forging industry, skills.
Yes, well, you allowed even now.
You flatter.
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. What have we gained from adopting? And recently, none of the people who went out, but that doesn't faze you.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa.
After all, Nagamasa is... Why, Mr. Niwa.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because I'm in charge here.
Judging from the look...
Drop the act. We're past that now. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
I thought I'd disguise. It's a law. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with it.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger.
The Fatui?
Just to create a...
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe. It is easier for a... Make no mistake.
He has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It all... Think of me as... I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. I'd like to
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore! Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did...
When I touch the...
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa you know very well what that...
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident.
Nobody has... So now you have... It was all a horrific of all the After the events, the load was far beyond... The mechanic answered. Niwa fled the mechanic room. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had... He thought Niwa had...
Holy mo...
Yes.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't.
Hey, aren't you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not...
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just... you look...
Huh?
The reason why there are... Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens respond...
The heavens...
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and those who died into...
Hey! Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like it, but if a colony of...
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him some... Oh no, he's
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or... did he...
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here. Even though I'm not sure I can solve... We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as...
We're out.
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged. I'm sorry.
An emergency?
Don't worry.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the... He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. Ooh. Huh? Ah! Sorry, but erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Uh-oh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But, so... Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Andrean chili... What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Huh. Is that a food too? What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something. Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden. The art of forging most of the great swords. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the... If my memory serves me right...
Oh, yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that they learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like...
That, in fact, he told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, there is no harm in the Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage.
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. And overseeing it was the armor, knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives. Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The smith's death in his heart, powerless, alas. If only finally, in his fury. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, that is why the Kaedehara clan...
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? On to the next... We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking...
Are they out of...
The Commissioner is out of...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else...
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Of course, what would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings. As for the...
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, Miss Kami-san, I must say, I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma, the commissioner has such a... They say it's because Toma is a much better chef than most. They get to... Miss Kami-san, it's been... As someone who is... So... In the future, wonderful.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here. Paimon's itching to try it.
Of course. You're all...
Alright, goodbye for now. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see her...
All right, then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep.
Very well. Safe.